Hello, you wonderful people. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're all having a great day. Today I was fooling around in Google Street View, as I often do. In the past I've made a bunch of videos about the decline of American cities. And it's pretty shocking what you can see about that in Google Street View. American cities decline in various ways. For example, in the Rust Belt around Detroit, there is a very strong physical decline of the built environment. People have moved out of their dilapidated neighborhoods a long time ago, leaving behind homes and other buildings that are subsequently abandoned and neglected for many years, leading to ghost streets where most of the houses are either collapsed, set on fire, or demolished. That's what's going on in many states such as Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, and New Jersey. Then there is the West Coast area, and especially in California, but also in Nevada and Oregon, where the decline mostly shows by thousands of people living in tents on the streets. I guess the climate allows for a different manifestation of urban decline. But in Philadelphia, I saw a totally different category of urban decline, which might be even more horrifying. The streets of Kensington, which is a neighborhood a couple of miles from central Philadelphia, basically have turned into a large-scale open-air market for substances that can be abused by people who have a certain habit. Now, don't let my cryptic description fool you. I'm just trying to express myself in a YouTube-friendly way. What's going on in Kensington is absolutely awful. Let me show you some clips I took from Google Street View.
Let's start with one of the most obvious signs of urban decline. The streets of Kensington are very polluted with litter and trash. It's not just in a few spots, but it's all over the place. Many people just don't seem to care anymore about this environment. They just dump their trash on the sidewalk. And it's not just the smaller litter and garbage, but also entire pieces of furniture and mattresses. And some of these mattresses apparently are occupied and serve as some kind of sleeping spot for people. But the most prominent problem in Kensington, of course, is the dealers and their customers who trade and use the merchandise by the thousands in plain view for everyone to see. The customers are sitting or lying on the sidewalks. Some of them try to stand up, but are hardly capable of doing so. Google Street View provides us with enough detail to even spot countless needles that are just lying around on the streets and the sidewalks. Imagine children playing here in summertime. The whole situation, of course, generates other typical trades, such as the offering of certain physical services. And Google Street View again shows us young women who appear to be putting their physical merchandise on display. I apologize, I just don't know how to find the proper words to describe the miserable situation that these people are in. So please forgive me my cryptic descriptions. Look, there seems to be an arrest going on here. Imagine the tiny odds of the Google Street View camera of capturing an arrest. I mean, these people live here 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. But that Street View camera only passes by once a year at most, and then it spends maybe 1 minute in this particular street. And what does it document? An arrest. That could just be a coincidence, but it could also mean that people being arrested is part of daily life in this area. And looking at the crime numbers of this neighborhood, I think the latter would be rather likely. Of course, the problems are on such a large scale that the police can only handle the most urgent cases. The trade and open-air use of substance doesn't seem to be any priority for the police in this area. I think the Philadelphia police force simply lacks the manpower to do what it wants to do.
Now, the fact that I address these problems does not mean that I've got solutions, at least not in this video. This video is merely meant to display and describe what I see when I walk the streets of Philadelphia in Google Street View. However, the fact that I don't mention solutions in this video doesn't mean that they don't exist. Is it really necessary for such a powerful and rich country like the United States of America to allow these horrible problems to persist for so many years? I think if the American authorities really want to, they can make a difference. They can make choices and start projects to significantly change all of this. Because these problems on this scale, they do not occur in every American city. There are even many countries where these problems occur on a much smaller scale, because these countries make different choices. So, do the American authorities really want to solve this? Or do they choose not to solve this? But hey, who am I? Well, I was the European, and now I'm Dutch 66. Bye.